Q103, Albany's rock station. We are joined this morning by legendary guitarist Phil Collen, who you may know from a little band called Def Leppard. Phil, thank you so much for giving us a couple minutes of your time this morning.
Pleasure.
Man, you are a busy dude. You have a lot of things going on, from producing the new Tesla album to working on a new Delta Deep album to being on the road with Joe Satriani on the G3 tour and now planning a huge Def Leppard tour. Man, where do you find the time to fit it all in?
Well, I didn't realize all of that until you just said it. Now I'm worried. It's like, oh my God, there's so much going on. No, we're actually just leaving New York City as we speak. We just done, we done a bunch of promo yesterday for the G3 thing, and that is so unbelievably amazing. I think the trick is to all of this is to continue to be inspired, and then it doesn't seem like work, or it doesn't seem like you're overloaded because you're just getting inspired all the time. And I certainly am on that tour. And the Tesla thing was amazing. We done a lot of that. Recording backstage, while we was on the Def Leppard tour last year and a half, and we finished that. That should be coming out in May or June, and that's phenomenal. I'm so excited about that record. It's really quite diverse.
Yeah, we are
and then
too.
Obviously, then obviously the Def Leppard stuff and the Delta Deep stuff. Obviously, we just released a live album, and and we started recording new stuff. So. Yeah, it's fairly busy. Yeah, every second does get gobbled up.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Well, we're really excited because we are going to get a double dose of your time over the next couple of months. You're actually going to be in town here in Albany on Joe Satriani's G3 tour at the Palace Theater this Saturday. Let's talk a little bit about this tour. This is kind of an interesting thing. There's like three major rock guitarists that get out there and just shred. How is the dynamic when you guys are on the road and on the stage together?
Well, because now I'm in a new band as well, because it's G3, we play every single night. I've actually never done these many shows back to back in my life. Even back in the day when it was like Def Leppard, when we were like hitting it hard. We do 6 in a row on this tour and stuff like that, and it's brilliant, and we're having a blast. Our band, we're mainly doing like Delta Deep stuff, but it's me, Debbie Blackwell Cook, Forrest Robinson on drums, and Craig Martini on bass, and we do some instrumental stuff, and then we kick off and do some Delta Deep stuff, and it's amazing. Then John Petrucci comes on, he does his set, Joe Satriani does his set, and then we all get on at the end, including Debbie, and she sings as well. So it's really kind of wide and varied and diverse. It's not all guitar shred. I mean, it is. There's tons of guitar going off, but I think the people that have been coming and that have been shocked, they said this is such a great show. It's more than just a guitar, show. It's actually a lot more than that. There's diverse, but obviously the guitar is the main connection between all the stuff. So yeah, we're having just a blast. It couldn't be better. And I'm really going to miss this when we finish the tour. I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
I bet. I mean, we're really excited for you to come. I know personally I'm excited to see that other side of your musicianship live, your vocals and the sort of bluesy stuff. I haven't had a chance to see that yet. Obviously, Def Leppard's been touring for many, many years, and fortunately I've seen a couple of those shows, but I'm really stoked to see what you guys are going to do on Saturday at the Palace.
Yeah, no, it's so much fun, honestly. And every night is different. We go off and we do these jams, and it goes somewhere. We create on the fly.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's like a huge jam session. So you guys just recently announced that Def Leppard hitting the road, doing a big arena tour with Journey, who you guys have toured with before, and we're really excited to have you here in the Capital Region. You're going to be playing the Times Union Center on May 23rd. Second stop on the tour. So what kind of stuff can we expect from the show this time around?
Something very spectacular just happened to us. We just released our whole catalog on digital.
Yes, so very exciting.
We've been promoting the catalog. Before we've been out there, it's been promoting an album or it's been connected with something else. Now it's actually everything. So, the way I describe it, a lot of people, you see the Def Leppard T-shirt, in like Forever 21, just stores, Target, wherever,
Right.
And a lot of the people don't really know the bands are. They wear these shirts and it's like just a cool thing. But I think with the catalog being released, they can make that connection. So that's why it's important for us to promote, our career basically, and instead of just like say a new album or whatever, it's really exciting. It's the first time, because it's been years since the digital and all of that started, downloads started coming out. So for us, it's a massive deal,
Yeah, the release of your catalogs on streaming services has shot your records back up on the charts. Crazy. You mentioned Target just a minute ago. The news just came out recently that Best Buy and Target are going to stop selling CDs. Was this something that you guys kind of anticipated and sort of part of your decision to finally release your catalog on streaming services?
No, we knew this was like years ago. Howard Kaufman, our manager, actually passed away last year, but probably about 10 years ago, he said, so CDs, their sales go down 8% every year. This was years ago. Mm-hmm. At a certain point, it's going to hit, and no one's going to buy them anymore. And then it's just going to be another medium, And in this case, it was downloads, which are also suffering, and now it's just streaming. So that's where you are. And vinyl's picking up again. So there's always something new. So I think with vinyl, you've got the sleeve and the artwork and all of that stuff. So it's plus for that, and then it's minus for something else, and that's just the way that it goes. So yeah, we totally anticipated this many years ago.
It's funny how things kind of come full circle and come back around and make a resurgence. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for the resurgence of the cassette tape because I really like that.
I'm not sure about it because everyone is. It has to be convenient. Although vinyl isn't convenient by a long shot, but it sounds really cool. A 180 vinyl really does sound great if you've got great speakers and stuff. So there is that. But yeah, who knows? If someone brings out a really cool cassette case that you can carry around and it works, and yeah, there you go.
So speaking of vinyls and albums, last year you guys celebrated the 30th anniversary of Hysteria. Put out this amazing box set that is just ridiculous, full of really cool things. There was rumors going around that this year you guys were going to go on the road and play the album in its entirety. Is there any truth to those rumors?
There is indeed. A lot of countries have requested that. We're playing Great Britain with Japan, Australia, and New Zealand have requested it as well. So at some point we're going to be out there playing it. This tour with Journey is obviously we're promoting the catalogue, so we won't be doing that on this one. But maybe next year, if there's enough kind of demand for it, then we'll definitely do that. It's like anything, if there's only like 2 people request it, then yeah, we're not going to do it. But if there's an overwhelming thing like the promoters and the fans and everything go, we definitely want you to do that, then we'll definitely do it. I know next year there's some requests for some European festivals, but I actually got a feeling that there's going to be some requests in for playing Hysteria in its entirety in the States. So yes, we'd be up for that. It'd be great.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye out for news on that tour. Obviously after this one wraps up. When it was announced that you guys were going to be going on the road with Journey, a lot of people were a little worried because Journey was having a little tiff in the band, and they were kind of preemptively thinking that Journey may not be a thing in 2018. Is that something that worried you when you guys decided to put on this tour?
Not even slightly. It's like, I know how bands work. After when a band's been together for more than 30 years, they go through this, and at a certain point, they get through it. They get through whatever. So yeah, it didn't bother me at all.
So there are it's been a lot of loss in the rock community recently, not only with a lot of musicians passing, but a lot of bands announcing their farewell tours and being on the road. Does these announcements and stuff kind of question your mortality, like as a band, and how long you guys can keep it going?
No, unfortunately, or fortunately for us, I think it does the opposite. We've always had this thing, last man standing. Howard Kaufman, our manager, again, who passed away last year, he was saying, look, guys, if you can just keep this going, you're the last man standing, it'll just be, and you keep improving, which we kind of do every year. It's not like we rest on our laurels. We actually get up there and we're better singers, we're better players, so we've always had that thing, the last man standing thing. We're actually going to be there when everyone else quits. We're still going to be there. So for us, it actually works in our favor, I think.
Well, let me ask you this. A lot of bands have been losing members of their bands and bringing in other musicians to replace them. Do you feel like that might be something that Def Leppard would think about if stuck in that situation?
Well, no, it's we're committed to this till the end. Everyone in the band is. It's a family. You don't replace family members. You can't. You're a family and you're a family, and that's it. Regardless of anything. Regardless if someone gets divorced, someone dies, whatever, you're still a family. So we kind of approach it like that because we are. I've actually spent more time with, say, Joe, Rick, Sav, and Vivian than I have with my parents, my blood relatives. So when you look at it like that, you go, I spent more time sitting with Joe than I actually did with my mother. It's kind of crazy. And we all have that similar thing. It's an interesting thing. So, no, we bear that in mind. We're very aware of that, indeed,
Awesome. So I know out on this tour, you're obviously promoting the catalog now that it is available everywhere, especially online. Is there some sort of new Def Leppard album on the horizon or things you guys are even thinking about doing anymore? Are you going to do singles now that you're streaming?
Already started the new album, actually. I started it last year. I know Joe and Sav have got new songs. I've started writing this pretty awesome song, and I already passed it on to Joe and Sav. And, yeah, so that's really how we do it. And, we'll do a song at a time, pretty much like we did the Tesla album. We actually, instead of going, okay, we're going to carve out X amount of months and sit in the studio, you actually start today. You start it on your laptop or your phone.
Right.
Get the ideas and all of that stuff, and before you know it, you've got a finished song, and then before you know it, you've got two finished songs. It's kind of what we did on the last Def Leppard album. We had a writing period. We thought we was going to get like one or two songs, and before we knew it, we had 12 songs in no time at all. And it's like, oh my God, I guess we better do an album. So I think that's really exciting, and so instead of carving time out for that, we've already started the next album. So for sure, there'll be something at some point.
Awesome. We're excited to hear that. We're excited for everything you have on the horizon. Really pumped to see you on Saturday, of course, at the Palace Theater on Joe Satriani's G3 tour with John Petrucci. And then May 23rd at the Times Union Center with Def Leppard and Journey. Tickets for both shows on sale and available right now. You can get yours at Q103albany.com. Phil, thank you so much for giving us a couple of minutes today.
Pleasure. Thank you.